Today in Cannabis News, an Ohio Police Department posts, then deletes a Facebook post stating that statewide cannabis decriminalization will lead to a societal downhill tumble. A Kentucky state lawmaker says their medical cannabis proposal would pass if colleagues find the courage to schedule a vote on it. And Arizona state regulators released the application requirements for additional recreational cannabis business licenses. It's Wednesday, October 13th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California, it's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, an Ohio law enforcement agency posted and quickly afterwards removed a Facebook post stating that a ballot issue to decriminalize cannabis statewide, which will be decided by voters next month, may be the start of a downhill tumble for humanity. MacArthur Police Chief Thomas Heaton indicated in a press statement that was disseminated on the social media platform just to be deleted the next day that the measure would decrease punishments for low-level possession of cannabis to a $0 and 0-cent ticket. Society views may think this is no big deal because it's just marijuana. If the penalties continue to be decreased over time, then what chance does society have to combat the ever-growing drug problem facing our village and country, Heaton said. Heaton is risking his own employment by indulging in politicking with taxpayer money, according to a rebuttal press statement released by Normal Appalachia of Ohio, which has pushed to put cannabis decriminalization proposals on the ballots throughout the state. The organization says they broke the Federal Hatch Act and also Ohio statute by disseminating outdated information to influence and intimidate voters with law enforcement credentials.
Next up, State Representative Jason Nemes, the sponsor of a proposal to legalize medical cannabis in Kentucky, claims they made many adjustments to the bill in order to gain more backing from legislators. And they're optimistic it'll succeed if state lawmakers had the courage to merely hold a vote. If the bill passes, Kentucky will have one of the strictest medicinal cannabis frameworks in the country. Chronic pain, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, and nausea are the only ailments that would entitle patients for a restricted amount of cannabis item. It also calls for the prohibition of smokable cannabis items and the removal of the ability for patients to cultivate their own cannabis at home. Additionally, cannabis companies would be prohibited from functioning in certain municipalities and regions. The Department of Health would be in charge of regulatory oversight.
Last up, state officials in Arizona have released a set of 87 postal codes where candidates for 26 social equity retail cannabis permits must have previously lived. The state health department must grant the 26 licenses to candidates from communities disproportionately impacted by the enforcement of previous marijuana laws, according to the 2020 ballot initiative approved by voters authorizing recreational cannabis businesses. After the screening procedure is completed, the permits are likely to be given in 2022. The issuance of 26 permits will raise Arizona's overall number of recreational dispensaries to 169. According to the Arizona Republic, candidates must have resided in a postal code for 3 of the previous 5 years at minimum. Additional assessment factors include the candidates or their kin's previous cannabis offenses and also income level. The set concentrates particularly on postal codes near Native American territories. Will Humble, executive director of the Arizona Public Health Association, said to the Republic that for the first time, Arizona has basically admitted that there are some communities that have been unfairly targeted by law enforcement and prosecutors, adding that the voters had to push them to accept it.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde.
And I'm Devin Leal. Have a great day.